What did I buy? Hello everyone, what's up and welcome back to another video. Strap in, I have 18 books that I want to show you that I hauled this month because it's been my birthday and I thought I would spoil myself for my birthday month. 3 of the books are not here yet. I did order them. They are at my parents'. I was under the impression I was going to my parents' house because I was supposed to dog sit my dogs, but my parents said it's fine, they're fine now, so no need for dog sitting. So my books are going to be there for about a week. Let's just jump right into the video. The first book that I got was 5 Broken Blades by Mike Orland. I've seen a lot of people rant and rave about this book. There are some touch and go like 3 stars and whatnot, but I mean, it's about 5 people who I think they make a found family and they have to kill someone, but each of them are also harboring a secret. I might be hyping this thing up way more in my head than what I've seen on the internet, but I'm really intrigued by this. This was a bit expensive, but I thought, you know, treat yourself, birthday girl. I didn't say it in that flat of a voice, but I just thought, hey, I'm going to treat myself, and I did. So they didn't have the second one available, which is quite upsetting. And the fact that this is also trade paperback, if you know me well enough, you would know that I would rather get like the smaller ones because then they just fit with my books more. But I have learned that whatever the size of the book, if I can get it, I get it. Then I also got Interview with a Vampire by Anne Rice. I've seen a lot of hype around this book. I know there's also a TV series about it. I don't watch adaptations often, so this is still a touch and go situation for me, but I believe this is about a boy who's talking to a vampire and he's interviewing this vampire about his life and all the semantics around it. And I've seen a lot of people give praise for it. I think I've said this, but yeah, this is a very good classic, everyone said. It's expensive. It was very expensive for a classic, but yeah, it's a modern day classic. And I also didn't know it was like a series because at the back you can see there's more. And I was like, oh, okay. Again, didn't see the whole series, but I saw this one and I thought, let me pick it up. Then my bestie bought me A Dark Shade of Magic. This has been on my wish list for a while and she just finished reading the trilogy. She came off the high for this trilogy and then she was like, yeah, I'll buy you that for your birthday. I don't know when I'm gonna get to this one, but I know it's a lot like the Chronicles of Castellane by Cassandra Clare, and I adored those 2 books so far because the series isn't done. So she said I would really love this as well. Funny thing as well is the 2 main characters' names are also Cal. I don't know why I said it like that. I mean, it's just something of interest to note. Then my husband bought me Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't know a lot about this book. The only thing I know is it's about space and a physicist about space. I don't know. Don't come for me. But I really like Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing. I've seen glowing reviews for this book and I thought, you know, might as well because I don't own any of her other books, I don't think. I think on Kindle I do. The 3 books that I ordered but aren't here. The first one is The Favourites by Lane Fargo. This is about an ice skating rink duo or a group, can't remember. But they said if you like Daisy Jones and the Six, you will most likely like this book. And I do enjoy a good figure skating story. I think From Look Off With Love was one of my favorites from a while ago. So I don't know, I just love the dynamics. And if there's drama, I'm going to join you. Then I also bought One Dog Window by Rachel Gillick. My best friend wants me to read this as well, and I thought that was the book that she was going to buy me for my birthday, but it turns out she and I were not on the same wavelength, so I bought it for myself. And then the last book is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I read Once Upon a Broken Heart, I think 2 years ago, and didn't like it as much because I think I didn't know the dynamics of the story, of the world and everything. And recently I've seen a lot of people say if you want, you know, to feel that homey feeling, you have to read Caraval first. It's not a have, but for me, being that type of person that reads a series in order, even if it's a standalone series, I thought, why not start by the series? I only bought the first one because just now I don't like it and I don't want to dive headfirst into a whole series and just feel mid about it. Those are basically the 7 physical books I bought, and then the other books I bought I would say I bought them because it was Stuff Your Kindle Day and there was a whole list of books that I saw, but I got overwhelmed with the list of books that were on it, so I only got a few. Most of them are also on Kindle Unlimited, and I have Kindle Unlimited, so I put them on my Kindle Unlimited wish list basically just a list, so that if I don't know what to read, I can jump to that list. But some of these weren't on Kindle Unlimited, and I thought, if it's there and if the cover attracts my attention, then I'm just going to buy it. So the first one is The Queen's Card, a Sleeping Beauty retelling, and the tagline says Sleeping Beauty means once upon a broken heart. It's a fairy tale retelling about love and finding yourself, but the heroine isn't the princess, it's one of her royal guards. What? The cover looks really good. That's it. That's mostly why I buy books, is because of the cover. And then I'm disappointed that the book doesn't turn out as well as I wanted it to. The next book is Crown of Earth and Sky. This is an Arthurian retelling. Well, not an Arthurian, but it's set in the backdrop of Arthurian, I was going to say culture, vibes. It also is on Kindle Unlimited, but you know, I just put it on. I bought it because I can, and it was for free. I am a sucker for anything Arthurian. I love The Adventures of Merlin. That is like one of my top tier series of all time. So anything to do with Arthur and, you know, Merlin and stuff, even though I usually compare them to the Adventures of Merlin series, the characters, and I know I'm not supposed to, it's just that is like my framework for who Merlin was and for who Arthur was. So reading other stories where they are a bit different and maybe more sinister, I don't like it all as much, but hopefully this book will, I don't know, live up to my expectations. Then the next one caught my attention just because the cover is just so beautiful, and it's Ink and Ore by Hayley Whitley. This is also on Kindle Unlimited if you're interested. I think the second book as well is also on Kindle Unlimited, I'm not sure. But this is about, I think, two friends. It's about a mysterious letter, forbidden magic, and a lie that led to a war, and only two girls who know the truth regarding this war. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, adding to list, because if I like anything, I like anything that has mystery to it, something that makes me think, something that just intrigues my attention, catches my attention. The next one is The Lost Flame by Daniel M. Hill. I can't tell you why I actually bought this book. It says something along the lines of the female main character was thrust into this world, and this king believes she is destined for him, or something along those lines, and it said enemies to lovers, and I'm a sucker for enemies to lovers. I was like, yeah. And I think that's why I got it. Next book is The Curse of Orlin. I don't know what said it like that. It sounds weird. I don't know if this is the first book or if it's like the fourth book, or if it's an interconnected standalone. You can find it on Kindle Unlimited though, so I was kind of panicked right now because I saw it and I was like, oh wait, I think it's part of a series, and I think it's the last book in the series, which is just my luck because that usually happens. It's not, luckily. I don't think so. It says part of Realms of Owlslife, which is 4 books. Oh no, The Curse of Orlin is the first book. Okay. Anyway, so the tagline here says, never step into a mushroom circle lest you may find yourself married to an evil fae king. Yes. Again, enemies to lovers. Fae. Weird magic, because who steps in a mushroom circle? You know, that kind of things. I like weird stuff. The next book I bought purely because of the cover. No need to tell me what this book is about, but just know it's also on Kindle Unlimited, and it is Bride of Stars and Sacrifice. It's about 2 epic romances, 2 deadly worlds, and a web of terrible secrets. Again, it's got mystery. So, you know, I win either way. Somewhat. If it's a YA, I'm going to kick myself in the foot. Then the next one, like, I'm really excited for this one. It's also on Kindle Unlimited. I'm not sure if it's part of the Awaken series. And this is called Sweetbriar. It's a dark fantasy romance, Sleeping Beauty retelling. I love me some Sleeping Beauty. And, yeah, if not, why not? I mean, come on, it's free. It's on KU. Why not? I just saw the tagline and it says, once upon a time, a prince's obsession with me nearly destroyed the kingdom. I knew that chalice was poisoned. I drank from it to escape a fate worse than death. Now, a century later, another prince's kiss awakens me from my enchanted slumber. I'm told I have no choice but to come his queen. That's how the story always ends. But my heart desires a man I can't touch. The knight who was there in the shadows watching me. The curse isn't yet fully broken. Okay. Yeah, okay, fine. I'm intrigued. I want to read it now, but yeah. The next book is a duology, also on Kindle Unlimited, so if I like the first book, I can just read the second book on KU. But it is Keys to the Crown, which is the Realmira duology. The tagline says, I was meant to be his destruction. I only hoped he wouldn't be mine. Also, just bought it for the cover. It's a nice cover. I don't know. Some of these books I bought and I'm like, whoa, I didn't even realize that the taglines were like, wow, so out of pocket, but like so good. Like it just makes me excited to read, you know. Well, this one is Blood Queen by Caitlin Denman. And the tagline says, "Death gave her the throne, now death is how she'll keep it." Yeah, color me intrigued. I really like this one. And I like the covers a lot. I think I bought it mainly because of the covers. As I've said, that's mainly how I buy books. The next one, A Bond of Fire and Roses, also just a cover purchase. If I had it on my shelves, I'd be happy, you know. I don't know what it's about, but it's got dragons in it. It says here, "The dragon rider might have taken everything from me, my home, my family, and my crown. But I vowed long ago he would never take my heart. And boy did he. I can just tell you right now." The second book is beautiful. A Bond of Ice and Glass. Oh my word, it's gorgeous. Not me. I don't even know the book, but I'm obsessed with the cover. Okay, and then the last book I realized is a YA romantasy. I'm currently busy with a YA romantasy, and I'm not liking it as much as I thought I would, because it's about vampires. Color me shocked. Anyway, so it says, "A daughter of serpents. Her whole life they called her monster, but now she's determined to save them." Marissa is used to being alone. She is a half Naga. Okay. An orphan born in a world where colonizing humans are at odds with the native reptilian breastfolk. What did I buy? She spends her days wandering in the streets of the kingdom, hiding her snake scales and wondering if her life will ever be more than just trying to survive. This is going to be like 50% she's going, "Oh, nobody loves me." Arthur has always been an outcast. Most days he prefers the company of reptiles to humans. Okay. Especially his own royal relatives. He owns the Menagerie. That's the name of a magical pet store, where he sells a variety of exotic creatures and keeps to himself. That is until a strange girl in a cloak and mask wanders in, catching the attention of every snake in the shop. I could just imagine her walking in and all the snakes are like just. Arthur is immediately enchanted, and most importantly, he needs her help. A rogue Naga has been terrorizing the villages on the outskirts of the kingdom, and he needs to find out why. But they quickly realize that the Naga's appearance is part of something far more sinister. Tensions are escalating between the humans and reptilians, and the mysterious Naga is searching for something, probably the main character. The pair will need to unravel the secrets of the past in their own hearts to save the Valley of Scales before it plunges into chaos. Don't ask me why I bought this book. The more I read it, the more I'm like, okay. Those are the books that I bought. I hope you guys enjoyed this very random impromptu book haul. That's it. That's my video. I'll see you guys in a video next week. Bye.